Today on Most Buffalo, a local nonprofit is putting a creative spin on old clothing, turning it into something new. How Stitch Buffalo is bringing together designers and artisans while supporting refugee women here in Western New York. Plus, a night of recognition and momentum here in Western New York will highlight a special event this week honoring women who are driving economic growth across our region. And remembering a man who spent years giving back to his community and helping preserve one of Buffalo's most iconic landmarks. How the Buffalo Central Terminal is honoring one of its most dedicated volunteers. Most Buffalo starts right now. Hi there, welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall. Thanks for being with us. There's a lot happening this week in Western New York with spring in full swing, Mother's Day around the corner, and the Sabres moving on to round 2 of the NHL playoffs. And first today, fast fashion may be trendy, but a Buffalo nonprofit is showing how old clothes can get a second life. Stitch Buffalo is hosting Remake this week. It's a 3-day event focused on sustainable fashion, community, and creativity. Designers and artisans will turn discarded materials into wearable art while supporting refugee women building new lives here in Western New York. Joining us now in Most Buffalo to tell us more about the event and the mission is Dawn Hogue, Executive Director of Stitch Buffalo. Dawn, thank you for being back here once again. And this is a first-time event that you're able to do at your newer facility, recently celebrating 2 years.
Yeah, we're so excited to open our space up. It's designed to do this, kind of everything's on wheels, so we can open it up and invite the community in and have this time of creative exploration together as a community.
Again, it's a 3-day event kicking off on Thursday night. Why don't you tell us exactly where you're located first, and then tell us what's going to happen on Thursday?
Sure. So we're located at 284 Plymouth Ave on the west side of Buffalo, diagonally across from D'Youville University. And Thursday night, we'll kick it off with an opening celebration. Emma Saphir will come and do a conversation about her artwork. We'll have some refreshments and some music and a silent auction.
And then there's going to be these community days that people can come in and actually work alongside with some of the creators at Stitch.
Yeah, so we'll have some community fashion designers doing some demonstrations that people can participate in. They can work with some of the refugee women in their expertise, whether it's tailoring or dyeing or embroidery, and sort of navigate between all of the different workshops going on both Friday and Saturday.
So what should people know if they want to participate in those community design days?
They can purchase tickets online. It can be a 1-day ticket. You can come to the door and purchase a ticket, and as long as capacity allows, you can come on in for that day and that event. And then garments will be there for their selection. We have a whole wide range of sizes and styles for people to choose from, and then enter into all the Remake stations that we'll have available.
And what is the idea of, again, the whole event, this 3-day event is called Remake, and it's, again, talking about sustainable fashion. So what is the goal for people to take away from experiencing this?
There's a couple. The goal is to create as a community, to learn some skills about working with clothing that you may already have to give it a fresher look instead of tossing it, how to repair as well, or over dye, and then really we're working on always building the bridges within all of the communities with a creativity at the foundation.
So again, for the community design days, can you give an example of maybe if someone's coming into it and they do select a garment, can you give an example of what it might look like when they walk out?
Sure. So we have sweatshirts is a good example. You could learn how to crop that. You could learn how to put a zipper in. You could learn to over dye it. You could learn to block print it. You could visit Maimana at the embroidery station and have a Sisha mirror embroidered on it, or a rose of some kind embroidered. So we'll have a different embroidered artists there. So that's one example of all the possibilities.
And those are the kind of things that are happening at Stitch Buffalo with the seamstresses there every day. How important is it to be able to get new people into the shop with events like this and have them experiencing it for themselves?
I think it's always important to have new people come in and just see the possibilities and see who's in the community and the skills and how we can really learn and support each other.
And we're going to hear a little bit more about that in just a minute. But first, Dawn, what should people do if they want to come out to the Thursday night celebration or either of the community design days?
Visit our website and purchase a ticket. You can come if you want to be more spontaneous and just come to the door, and capacity allows, you can come on in. And I think that it will be, we're really excited to offer this to the community. Yeah, it's our first time, and I think that it will be year after year building.
Again, Remake kicks off Thursday night. It runs through Saturday at Stitch Buffalo, and Dawn Haig is the executive director of Stitch Buffalo. We appreciate you being here. And we're going to stick right with Stitch Buffalo because we know that they are also adding fuel to the Sabres playoff excitement. They've teamed up with the Water Buffalo Club 716 to make new Sabres themed hats, and Channel 2's Nate Mills went there to show us how this new gear is much more than just an accessory. It's also empowering refugee women in our community.
It's hard to miss the Stanley Cup playoff excitement in Buffalo. And for refugee women working at Stitch Buffalo, they've spent weeks creating handmade Sabres hats. It's through a partnership with Water Buffalo Club, and demand is rapidly increasing as the Sabres continue their playoff run.
No idea if we were going to even make the playoffs. I mean, we were going that way, but it was a lot to create them because it was trial and error. But they're so good now at it, and it's been just rewarding for me, rewarding for them, rewarding for the fans.
The two organizations' claim to fame is the distinguishable blue Buffalo Bills hats, created and sold during football season. But now that the Sabres are moving on in the playoffs, the women at Stitch have more opportunities to work and may have been bit by the hockey playoff bug.
They didn't know who the Buffalo Bills were. Now they definitely know who the Buffalo Sabres are as well. So it's funny going in there and I hear, "Go Sabres, go Sabres." So it's been great. And it's been giving them hats to make during the off season. So now we don't even have an off season for Stitch, and it's awesome.
While Therese Fortin Barnes says it's an exciting time to be a Sabres fan, being able to give women who migrated to Western New York the chance to make a living makes the experience that much better.
Knowing that it's helping them with their finances and helping them with work and bringing more, money into their lives and making everybody else happy that is helping to support them and wearing these absolutely fabulous hats. On
your side, Nate Mills, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Nate. And you may remember Cami Clooney was in the spotlight last week after a viral moment during O Canada before Sabres their Game 5 at KeyBank Center when her microphone cut in and out. Well, now she is back in the spotlight for a new reason. Clooney has released a new version of the Sabres 1975 rally song, "We're Gonna Win That Cup." Take a listen to her version.
We got Luke, we got Lion Ellis, making them saves. You know we got Benson and Thompson, and where there's a Quinn, there's a way. You know we're gonna win that cup. We're gonna slap that puck. Me and the Buffalo Sabres, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the song was originally written by Tommy Calandra during the Sabres' first ever trip to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Philadelphia Flyers back in 1975. Clooney says her dad has been asking her to recreate it since last season, but it never felt like the right time until now. She says her and her band put a new spin on the classic. They are now sharing it with Sabres fans as the playoff run continues. And that broken mic moment gave hockey fans goosebumps while showing how the city of Good Neighbors stands with its neighbors to the north. Thousands of fans sang "O Canada" in perfect harmony, a moment that quickly went viral and captured millions of eyes across the world.
Just shows the two countries are really integrated, and we're neighbors, we get along.
It makes me want to cry. It makes me very proud to be a dual citizen. We need this friendship and camaraderie right now in this time.
The border is an arbitrary line drawn on a map, and personalities, emotion, compassion, that transcends the border. The border can't stop the love.
And of course, we all in Buffalo know it's Sabres tradition to always play both the Canadian national anthem and the U.S. national anthem regardless of the opponent at KeyBank Center. And that is just one of the time-honored legacies that the Saberhood has. 2 on your side, Alyssa Clausell takes a look back at the moments that helped define Buffalo hockey.
This is Dad's jacket. It was designed by Tom Barnett, and we had a Saber tie.
Seymour Knox IV is no stranger to the history and traditions of the Buffalo Sabres.
This jersey is Pat LaFontaine. He was our Sabres captain. We have Dominic Hasek here.
His dad, Seymour Knox III, was a founding owner of the team.
My dad and uncle were setting up the team.
So when he saw this moment,
And on God.
I think that was the first time I've ever seen that happen in my 50 years of going to hockey game.
he explained that while national spectators might find it surprising that most of the crowd knew every word to the Canadian national anthem, it's actually been a Sabres tradition for decades, even when the opposing team is from the U.S.
My dad, who you see up here, his mom was Canadian. And so I think it was a great tribute. About 99% of the players at that time, when we came in the early 1970s, were all Canadian. Europeans and college players came in.
So let's catch new fans up to speed. The signature blue and gold colors, well, they came from the family's sporting traditions.
My dad and uncle played world-class polo as well. And then when we got the Sabres, it was a natural fit for them to carry the Aurora colors.
And the team's logo.
It had the little flashes, so the buffalo was moving. The red eye meant that the buffalo was mad. And the saber was the tool of officers. It had the cuff so that if you were in a battle.
Over 50 years of history and tradition leads the Sabres back on the road to the Stanley Cup.
My fingers are crossed. You know, I think we've got a great team.
On your side in Buffalo, Alyssa Clausell, Channel 2 News.
And we have much more to come here on Most Buffalo, including celebrating local women in business. The Canisius University Women's Business Center is getting ready to celebrate dozens of local women business owners in Western New York. We'll hear more about an exciting upcoming annual event and how the center helps female entrepreneurs all year long, right after this. Back now on Most Buffalo, and women-owned businesses are continuing to make a big impact across Western New York. We feature them all the time here on Most Buffalo, and this week, one event is celebrating the leadership, innovation, and success of female entrepreneurs. The Women's Business Center at Canisius University is hosting its 9th annual Ignite Awards on Friday night, honoring dozens of women who are helping drive economic growth in our region. And joining us now to tell us a little bit more about the event and the importance of supporting women in business is Lauren Jenkins, the Executive Director of the Women's Business Center. Thanks for being here, Lauren.
Thank you so much for having me.
And this is a fairly new role for you at the Women's Business Center. So
It
tell
is.
us a little bit about how you found yourself there.
Yeah, so I'm a little over 3 months in now. I found myself here. It was really serendipitous, candidly. I have my own business. I have always fancied myself a utility player. I've done things in corporate and agency and startup. I have my own business. And one of my favorite things is empowering and really hyping up anyone who wants to go for it. And this one came along, this opportunity came along, and a friend of mine sent it to me. And here I am. And it's just been amazing.
First of all, explain what your business is.
Oh, my business. So I have it's called Flower Studio Co. It's a flower subscription business. So once a month, you'll get happy mail delivered right to your door, with 10% of profits going to various causes throughout Buffalo. Actually, this past month, we partnered with Crisis Services, and we had a special promotion going on where $10 from every bouquet went to support Crisis Services, especially with the Sexual Assault Awareness Month being in April. We raised about $350 in doing that, so that was really exciting. And we do that. I do workshops, so flower arranging workshops, bulk flower delivery. So if you want to DIY your baby shower or a wedding or any of those things, like we'll deliver all of the beautiful flowers right to your door and exactly what it is you're looking for. But it's been a really amazing journey since 2020 when I started my business.
And now you're able to help all these other female
Yes.
entrepreneurs in Western New York. So tell us, if people are unfamiliar with the Women's Business Center at Canisius University, tell us a little bit about how you work with these entrepreneurs.
Yes, so the Women's Business Center at Canisius has been, I'm finding, one of the best kept secrets in Buffalo. We ultimately help women in business at every stage of their journey, from the point of you have this idea that won't leave you alone and you want to explore it in this safe space where you can figure out if it's something and what that path could look like, all the way to launching it, to growing and scaling. And we do that by way of one-on-one business counseling. We have basically 10-month-long cohorts, which we will, after Ignite is over, we will be doing a recruitment for filling those cohorts, where you can work on your business in community with other women at a similar stage for 10 months. We have access to legal services, access to capital, and we do workshops all the time to be able to help with various things, from marketing to hiring, to HR, to getting a loan, or any of those kinds of things. And it's really been an incredible journey in these last couple months, but it's awesome.
And do the entrepreneurs have to have any connection to Canisius in order to work with you?
No, it's a great question. Canisius, this is something that's housed right in Canisius, and it's for the community. I've been pulling in students as well to be able to find ways where they can help support in different things, because what an incredible learning opportunity for them. But this is for the community. It's women in business all across Western New York and beyond, quite candidly. Another thing with the Women's Business Center, we are one of 9 in New York State. And then there are hundreds across the country. But it's, and so that's a whole other thing too, when it comes down to our superpower is that community that we create with women in business. And it's also the connections to partners throughout the community. One of the things that I want to make sure that we do is to never have to say no. And that means, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're the ones who are there to be able to provide the support that they need, but we're the ones that can help connect them with the different partners and resources throughout the community that can help them get to that next stage.
And coming up at the end of this week, you're going to be honoring 60 women,
Yes.
local women in business. How will you be doing that?
So yes, so the Ignite Awards is in its 9th year. We've changed the format. This is the first evening event that we're doing, and we've had more than double the number of nominees this year, which was so exciting. We're doing that across, we increased the number of awards. Usually it was 2, and so we've increased it to Emerging Entrepreneur, Innovator, Changemaker, Impact Award, and Women-Owned Business of the Year Award. And we opened it up to the whole community, and a big part of that was to really, again, like blow the doors off and be able to celebrate women in business who are creating amazing things in our community. And the outpouring of support from sponsors, from partners, and our members has been incredible. It truly is such an incredible community to be part of.
Can you sum up why it's so important for people, for the whole community, to support a women-owned business and how it benefits the whole community?
Yes. The amount of economic impact that we make as women-owned businesses, you might need to fact check me on this, but this is something we were actually just recently in Albany about. But across the country, we have close to 40% of women-owned businesses make up the businesses across the country. But the revenue is it's around 9%, and the hiring is 12%, and it's not the lack of drive or wanting, it's the lack of resources and support. But the amount of revenue that's been generated has only been increasing over the years, and it's truly such an economic impact and generator across our community that we're trying to really tap into and to grow. So it's really been amazing to be able to create these spaces, to be able to create the independence and really just the beautiful things as part of, I wasn't part of the judging, but as part of putting all of these together across all of our nominees, the stories of these women in business, the businesses that we have right here in our backyard it's truly inspiring.
And we know new ones are being launched every day.
Yes.
So if people are interested in learning more about the Women's Business Center at Canisius University, what should they do?
Yes, so they can go to thewomensbusinesscenter.com. We have that URL, which was pretty exciting. So you can go to thewomensbusinesscenter.com. That will show you all of our cohorts, our events that we have coming up. We also do a monthly coffee series where we'll go to different women-owned cafes around the community. And that is such an incredible incredible. We have about 30 or 40 women that show up every month, which is truly amazing. And again, we have the Ignite Awards coming up on Friday, so we are so excited about that. And we will be recruiting for our cohorts coming up here in the fall, so that's pretty. A lot of things, no shortage.
Yes, Lauren Jenkins is the new executive director of the Women's Business Center at Canisius University. Thanks so much for being here on Most Buffalo, and congratulations to all of those women who are going to be receiving those Ignite Awards coming up later this week. And coming up next here on Most Buffalo, a new women-owned business is now open on Buffalo's East Side, bringing more than just groceries to the neighborhood. Casa de Mama Bodega celebrated its grand opening over the weekend on Broadway. Its mission is to improve food access in a historically underserved area and provide a community-centered shopping option for local residents.
Just seeing what people need and how we can help them, especially with our non-for-profit that we plan on opening. It Takes a Pueblo. We're actually offering food pantry as well as hygiene facilities to our unhoused neighbors. So we're excited about facilitating that.
And the event also featured the reveal of a new mural honoring Buffalo, New York City, and the Dominican Republic, reflecting the owner's culture and community roots. And we have more to come here on Most Buffalo when we return right after this. Welcome back. Over the years, different administrations have debated what the Buffalo Central Terminal could become. But for one devoted volunteer, the goal never changed. Tom Luby poured countless hours into caring for the historic landmark. Now, after his unexpected passing, the Central Terminal is honoring his legacy. Channel 2's Courtney Courtwright shows us how.
For decades,
thousands of hours every Saturday here, rain or shine,
volunteers have always showed up to the Central Terminal.
That's part of the volunteer dedication. Cutting weeds, trimming trees, picking up after winter debris.
But among all of them,
Never met a more dedicated volunteer.
Was Tom Luby.
He came every Saturday to volunteer his time for the place that he loved.
And this place loved him.
Losing somebody like Tom was losing a member of our family.
Luby, a constant presence for 18 years, unexpectedly passed away in February.
Devastating. He was a really personable, cheerful, hardworking guy we could rely on to be here and work hard all the time.
His legacy lives on as volunteers continue the work he helped build.
Showing up here on a Saturday helps people like me and all our other volunteers move on from this tragic event of losing one of us to just remember that the project still has to go on.
Hoping to carry forward his vision for the Central Terminal's future.
And I know he would love, when his kids are older, to come down here and see this place, how he imagined it would turn out to be.
And that was our Courtney Courtwright reporting. The Central Terminal will host a spring cleanup May 16th in Luby's memory. It starts at 10 in the morning.
Used to stuff will not endure.
And the sights and sounds of one of Buffalo's most beloved summer traditions is returning for a 51st season. Shakespeare in Delaware Park will once again bring free outdoor theater to the Saul Elkins stage starting in June. This year's lineup includes Pericles' Prince of Tyre running June 18th through July 12th, followed by The Taming of the Shrew from July 23rd through August 16th. And if you're looking to get into gardening this spring, the Tool Library has an idea for you. You will find a little free seed library at the Tool Library on Main Street in Buffalo. This was installed last year with the goal of getting more people into gardening. And the idea is simple. Just stop by, take what you need, or you can also donate seed packets of your own. You'll find a variety of options, including native plants, vegetables, and perennials.
The more we share, the more we have. And so again, it might be as simple as a seed packet that gets someone interested in gardening, and then they become a Tool Library member, they borrow gardening tools, and you never know like where that's going to take you. And so little changes, I think, can really inspire a big difference.
At the end of the season, gardeners are encouraged to harvest and return seeds to keep the cycle going. And Groundwork Market Garden is preparing to host its 6th annual plant sale and giveaway community event. It is happening Saturday from 10 to 3 at 52 Leslie Street. The event brings together gardeners of all levels with organic certified healthy starts available for everything from bell peppers and cherry tomatoes to more unique picks like indigo and cucumbers called Cucamelons. Visitors can shop local vendors and learn more about community organizations across the region. And we thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Most Buffalo. We'll see you back here live on Thursday at 2:30, or you can always watch Most Buffalo on demand here on WGRZ+. Have a great day.